What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So the Google Pixel 4 actually just officially got announced, and so I figured I might as well do a quick little comparison between this one and some of the newer phones that have came out recently as well. And this is a quick little comparison. I've done these for like all sorts of phones that have been released. Google is actually sending me out a Google Pixel 4 that should be coming out in the next day or two, so I'll be doing full in-depth comparisons once I get those. But these are just quick ones. But we're going to be comparing the Pixel 4 to the iPhone 11, just initial one, kind of a bird's eye view of kind of what the differences are. But I can tell you without a doubt, in my opinion, as of right now, I kind of think the iPhone 11 is the better deal. There are some really cool things with the Pixel 4 though. On the front though, you have a 6.1 inch liquid retina IPS panel on the iPhone 11, where you have a 1080p panel on the Google Pixel 4, and that one is actually 5.7 inches, but that's an OLED panel, which kind of makes it a little bit better in my opinion. But the really cool thing about the Pixel 4 is that it has a 90Hz refresh rate capability on that panel, which is really cool, whereas on the iPhone 11 you don't have that. The screen isn't bad on the iPhone 11, but compared to the two, I'm assuming the Pixel 4 is going to be much better. In terms of software updates, the iPhone 11 will definitely outlast the Google Pixel 4 in terms of stock software support, but with the Pixel 4 you're going to have a lot of custom ROMs and different things like that, so that kind of makes it a little bit of a cooler thing that the iPhone 11 doesn't have. But I will definitely tell you, in terms of software support, even though Google prides itself for, keeping the Pixel 4s and the Pixel line updated constantly, the iPhone and iOS will literally knock all the other phone manufacturers out of the park as of right now, so the iPhone 11 kind of wins there as well. Now, as far as I know, there's no fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 4. I could be wrong. I didn't see one on the back. They didn't say anything about an inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the screen. So far, they only really capitalized on their face unlock feature that's kind of like Face ID. I haven't used it yet. I'm assuming it's pretty much in the same ballpark. Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse, but I honestly don't care. I wish they kept that fingerprint sensor in that phone. I'm hoping iPhones will bring it back this year, but that's kind of that. That's really as far as we know in terms of the face unlock feature things. In terms of the front though, I will definitely tell you, the Pixel 4 looks better in my opinion. I like how they removed that notch. There's still a little bit of bezel on it on the top, a little bit on the bottom, but I would still rather pick the Pixel 4's design than the iPhone 11's. On the back though, if you can see, we have a similar kind of camera layout, a square bump kind of thing. The Pixel 4s though, you do have the dual camera setup, where the iPhone 11 you do have that as well, but they kind of flip-flopped. You have the telephoto lens on the Pixel 4, but you have an ultra-wide sensor on the iPhone 11. Now, in my opinion, I don't really have a preference, but I've heard a lot of people say the ultra-wide sensors are better. I've heard a lot of people say the telephoto lenses are better, so you have that capability on both. You have two 12-megapixel sensors on the iPhone 11 and a 12.2-megapixel sensor, but a telephoto 16-megapixel sensor on the Google Pixel 4. Now, the sad thing is, for some reason, you cannot do 4K at 60 frames per second on the Google Pixel 4, but you can do 4K at 60 frames on the iPhone 11, so that's a pretty big deal right there. On the front, a 12-megapixel sensor on the iPhone 11, and an 8-megapixel sensor on the Google Pixel 4, and you cannot do 4K at even 30 frames per second on the Google Pixel 4, but you can do 4K at up to 60 frames per second on that front-facing camera on the iPhone 11, which is literally crazy. I don't understand what Google was thinking. They pride themselves so much on the cameras, but they can't even improve the front cameras that much, which I don't know, maybe just whatever, but it's really weird that they did that. In terms of battery life, I don't know what they were thinking here, because I'm pretty sure it's a downgrade from the Pixel 3. You have a 2,800 mAh battery on the Google Pixel 4, but a 3,110 mAh battery on the iPhone 11. And straight out the gate, from before I even touch the Google Pixel 4, I can tell you the iPhone 11 will have the better battery life. I've owned every single Google Pixel, I've owned every single iPhone, I can tell you this. I feel like that's a meme at this point for me saying this, but with the iPhone side, you can have a smaller battery but have better battery life because of the way iOS is optimized and everything. With the Android side, I've used Android 10, I have it on my Samsung Galaxy S10, I have it on my Google Pixel 3 XL. It's not really that great on battery life yet, even on stock Android, so hopefully Apple can go and fix that. But as of right now, for the $799 that the Google Pixel 4 is selling for versus the $699 that the iPhone 11 is selling for, I'm going to say that I think the iPhone 11 is the better deal right now. It's $100 cheaper, you're getting much better software updates, you're getting better battery life, performance might be better on the iPhone 11, might be worse, who knows. You have the Apple A13 Bionic on the iPhone 11 with 4GB of RAM, where on the Google Pixel 4 you have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855, the Adreno 640 with 6GB of RAM, so maybe it's a little bit faster, who knows, but I'll go ahead and test that out further once I do receive it. But what I can tell you is I do think the iPhone 11 is the better deal. I think the Google Pixel 4 does have a lot of cool things going for it, but the fact that the iPhone 11 is cheaper, it's going to get software updates for a much longer time, and the better camera resolutions, maybe the quality is better on the Pixel 4, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, you know. I don't think you can go wrong with either of these phones, but the Google Pixel 4 is definitely an interesting device to say the least. So that's pretty much it. Those are my opinions. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.